Who is Dário Essugo? Dário Essugo is the latest prodigy signed by Chelsea. At just 19 years of age, he's already caught the eyes of an elite football club. He certainly wasn't a name that Chelsea fans expected to sign at the beginning of the season, but I'm sure he's going to make his presence heard when he does arrive next season. So we're going to be breaking him down, looking at his strengths in possession, out of possession, and also looking at some areas for improvements. We're going to be talking about what type of player he is and exactly what Chelsea fans can expect. So grab a cup of coffee, grab some tea, grab some biscuits if you want, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. And if you do, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to join the Mango community and support this channel. But firstly, let's start by looking at who is Dário Essugo. Dário Essugo was born on the 14th of March 2005, which obviously makes him 19 at this moment. He's a midfielder who stands at 5'10". He came through the Sporting Academy before a loan spell at Chavez last season, and this season he's currently on loan at Las Palmas in La Liga. His profile and attributes are characterized by a unique combination of physicality and technical ability. He's strong, athletic, and technically intelligent. Now, before we get on to his skill set, it's important to identify how Las Palmas played, so in what caught the eye of the Chelsea scouts. So Las Palmas set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation, and Dário Essugo was part of a double pivot in the midfield too. Now, Las Palmas' style of play and their method and what they like to do is draw the opposition into their own defensive third and then launch long balls into space that they've just created. And as you can see from his heat map, most of his work comes in the central areas. He's midfield dominant in the central areas. Dário played a huge role in progressing play and beating the first and second line of press. So let's have a look at him in possession. Well, I want to start by talking about his tactical intelligence. He's got exceptional off-ball movement and he's incredibly intelligent with it. Always on the move, anticipating and looking for space to receive, always adjusting his position to receive in space. This also unsettles the opposition structure because he's pulling the midfielders out of position, so he's also creating space for his teammates, and he's consistently positioning himself in areas where he can facilitate in the build-up. Dário's actively looking and receiving any area of the pitch. He's comfortable receiving under pressure and he uses his physicality to his advantage. And when he receives a ball, he likes to keep the ball moving, using bounce passes with teammates, maintaining tempo with efficient passes. But his technical qualities enable him to break lines. He's a master of beating the first and second line of press. Essugo averages more touches than any Chelsea player in the middle third. That just goes to show how happy he is to receive and help in the build-up. He's extremely calm and composed receiving on both feet, and this makes him an exceptional press-resistant presence in the midfield. He has the confidence to take control of the ball and take risks in possession, even when he's deep in his own half. Sometimes it looks like he's in trouble when he's in possession, taking a heavier touch, but his lengthy stride and power enable him to quickly regain possession of the ball. What I love about him, he's got this ability to drop his shoulder, use a clever touch to find some space, and that allows him to break lines with his dribbling. Now, when it comes to dribbling with the ball and breaking lines, Essugo is absolutely phenomenal, especially over 5 to 10 meters. He's got a wonderful combination of power, strength to break lines of the opposition. He's averaging a 71.4 take-on success rate, which is more than any other Chelsea player that's played 5 more games in the Premier League. Essugo is extremely deceptive in his ball carrying. You just don't expect him to have this level of control, change of direction, and physicality to shield the ball. He's capable of using disguised movements, making it seem like he's going one way before stubble touch takes him the opposite direction. This allows him to beat his man effectively, break through lines, and progress play effectively. But what truly stands out when he's ball carrying is his ability to shield the ball, maintaining exceptional technical ability to keep the ball under control but protecting the ball with his size and frame, using his strength to beat the press but also hold off opponents when he's driving with the ball. So with his slick technical skill set and his physical qualities, Essugo is an opponent's nightmare. He's able to open up the field. His body control, acceleration, and strength help him break through lines with ease and unlock the opponent's midfield. Even when he's receiving a negative pass, his body orientation is absolutely exceptional. He uses his arms and his length to hold off the defender and allow the ball to roll across him before a little shoulder feint allows him to break free from the pressure. Now, when it comes to eventually distributing the ball, he's able to penetrate through the lines from all areas of the pitch. Now, what I like about him when he's short of sensible options, he's got this willingness to be ambitious with his passing passes to try and find teammates in dangerous positions, but he also uses runs of teammates to disguise progressive passes. For example, if he's shaping his body up to play one way, he's able to disguise it and fizz the ball across his body to find a teammate between the lines. Doing this takes real skill and vision, and this is arguably one of his most underrated qualities. Now, when it comes to comparison to the Chelsea squad, he ranks 4th for most touches per 90. That just goes to highlight his importance in the build-up phase. He's first for successful take-ons for anybody that's played 10 games or more in the Premier League. But if you were looking at his progressive stats, to the naked eye, they don't look promising, but if you watch him and to the eye test, he's got that ability to be progressive. He's so good with his long distribution, especially when it's moving the ball into space. Now, having watched Las Palmas before I'd done the scout report, I think this progressiveness is down to Las Palmas' style of play because they want their backline to progressive play. They want to miss the middleman, and Dário Essugo is that middleman. So if he was to move to a different club under a different style of play, it would only enhance his progressiveness. Now, another standout quality of Essugo in possession is his ability to launch balls. Those longer range passes, he's excellent at distribution. His ability to switch a play is an invaluable skill set. He can deliver precise and diagonal balls with either foot. This allows his team to be more direct and catch the opposition off guard. It's quite fascinating because if you were to look at Dário Essugo without seeing him play, you would just expect him to be a defensive monster without much quality in possession, but boy, is he far more than just a number 6. Now, when it comes to his ability out of possession, Dário is a real thorn in the opposition's attacks. And that's obvious just by the way he looks. He's got a nice physical, wide body mass, and this allows him to bring a lot of physicality to the game. Now, out of possession, he brings a real presence to the game, and just like his ability to receive the ball, he's got incredible discipline in his position. His intelligent positioning enables him to cover the ground quickly as well as anticipate the opponent's attacks. Dário Essugo is superb at breaking up play. He's a strong tackler, quick anticipator, and powerful presence enable him to nick the ball in vital moments as well as using his physicality to outmuscle opponents out of the way. He's got a nice combination of intelligence but also physicality. He may not be the quickest of them all. He's got good enough recovery pace. Now, what type of player is he? Well, he loves to step out and engage. He's an exceptional duel winner, and that's shown in his statistics. He's got a unique combination of tackling, anticipation, strength, and intelligence, and it's perfect for a high pressing system. Now, when it does come to the eye test, Essugo is an active defensive player who gets around the pitch quickly and provides protection to his centre-backs and full-backs. His work ethic out of possession is absolutely exceptional. He covers the ground quickly and just generally has an exceptional work rate. The combination of those and his conviction in tackles or presses in central areas makes him extremely influential when his team's without the ball. So what I'm trying to say is once he engages or he's able to engage, he's most often to come out on top. Just like his ability when he's carrying the ball, Essugo uses his body effectively when he shields a ball or he's in competitive motion. He uses his arms and body mass to outmuscle opponents and regain possession. It's a combination of intelligence, timing, and physicality that makes him highly reliable presence in the midfield. And what I love about Essugo, he's constantly in the thick of action, using aggression, strength. He's a physical specimen. His size and raw athleticism give him a big zonal control. Not only an incredible and effective ball winner, his toolkit is extremely diverse. He can tackle, intercept, contest aerial, and recover loose balls really well. Essugo is a regular dueler, but he doesn't do it the traditional way. He often uses his rear leg to make a tackle. This allows him to maintain balance, but it also allows him to wedge himself between the ball and the man, outmuscling the opponent out of the way. So what I'm trying to say is he's extremely aggressive and will always look to impose himself on the opponents. Now, if an opponent tries to go shoulder to shoulder with him, forget about it because you're done for raw strength. It's quite impressive how frequently he gets his challenges right. And speaking about that, when you statistically compare him to Chelsea's team, he's averaging the most tackles won per 90, averaging 2.04, putting him in the 94th percentile. Now, at Las Palmas, Essugo has become accustomed to defending in deep territory. This is why he's averaging more tackles in the defensive third than any other third, but he's so good at covering space between fullbacks and centre-backs, especially when a fullback gets pulled out wide or gets caught out of position. He's so quick at covering space that's been left, and this just highlights his incredible positional awareness. Now, what I like about him, he shows impressive intuition about when to move out and press, when to hold his position, or when to cover for fullbacks. His defensive awareness and ground coverage is really impressive. His competitive edge and aggressive nature really shines through in the defensive side of the game. But not only that, even aerially too. Although there does need slight improvements aerially, he is averaging 50% of his aerial duels won. Now, it's not all plain sailing with Dário Essugo. There is specific areas for improvement and angles of tackles. Sometimes he'll just dive in recklessly, rashly, without thinking about his position and being on the wrong side of the opponent. Sometimes he gets away with this. However, against a higher caliber of players, he needs to limit this out of his game, because you'll be coming up against players with a better speed of thought, so they can just nip the ball around them or use a better first touch to ride the challenge. And another one, because he's desperate to win every ball, being competitive in every duel, and that's not a criticism, but his willingness to step out and engage could be problematic against higher caliber of players. And it also limits his decision making, because once he commits, he's not able to retract, so they'll be able to move around him easily. Although this has improved, because the amount of times he's been dribble passed from this season in comparison to last season is far greater, it still needs work on. And then aerially, although he's not terrible in the air, it still could do with some improvements. The position and timing of his jumps can be improved. Sometimes he mistimes the flight of the ball and gets caught underneath it. But when it comes to profile wise, Dário Essugo has got a range of attributes that some top level professionals have not even mastered yet. The combination of intelligence, physicality, technical ability is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not trying to excite Chelsea fans, but when you watch him play, he's got the combination of Romeo Lavia, where he's press resistant in possession, always looking to show for the ball, making space for himself to receive, but he's got the combativeness of a Moses Caicedo, being aggressive out of possession, breaking up play, anticipating the opponent's attacks. So he's like a hybrid between the two. So he's got a combination of two of Chelsea's standout players, and whether his future lies at Chelsea or not, I've got no doubt Dário Essugo has got a big part to play in the future of football. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to support this channel. Give this video a share as well across all platforms. But I just want to say I appreciate your time sticking around with us. And until next time, thank you very much.